Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yoshua, Bashim Kakodesh, Yahweh being the true number one that calls God, Bashim being the name of, and Yahweh Shai being the true Lord and Savior, the one that calls Jesus, and the Rokak Kodesh meaning the Holy Spirit. Double honors to Apostle Knowledge, a great millstone that rule well and that worthy of double honors. And peace and blessings you hope for elect out there, pushing the work of the Lord in true faith, sincerity, and promoting bodies as a sacrifice. Shalom, hope all is well. So today's edification, exhortation in this lesson, you're going to be basically going over the sluggard, man, the lazy person. You know what I'm saying? And why it's not good to be lazy. Because being lazy doesn't profit anything, man, at all. Not only does it bring harm to you, but harm to other people too. You know what I'm saying? Being lazy is not the way to go, especially you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a man, you should be working. That's your whole job, is to do the work of the Lord, man, and to fear God and keep his commandments. You have to do the work. And even physically, man, like, as a man, you should be having a job. You know what I'm saying? You know, you should be doing work. Because why is that? Because we're in captivity right now. You don't get to say, oh, I don't want to work. No, you should be working, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the times we're in captivity. We're not in the kingdom yet. You don't get to sit back and relax. Nah, man, it's time to put in work. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're in, if you're a Jake that's in school, you got to do your schoolwork, man. You got to do what you're supposed to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't be out here, oh, I'm not doing this because Esau. I'm a young brother. But at the end of the day, I still do my work because I'm in captivity. I have to do my work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not above anybody. So as a man, you're supposed to do your work, man. You know? Because being lazy, man, can be your demise. You know what I'm saying? This is what can bring you death. You know what I'm saying? It's laziness, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Mindset, oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, I'm gonna do this next week. And you'll keep saying that, and then 5 years later, you're not even doing what the goal you wanted to accomplish, man. You know what I'm saying? But now let's get into the scriptures, man. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 22. This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22. This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22, starting at the first verse, and it reads, a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out to his disgrace, man. So a slothful man, you know, the word slothful, you know, basically means lazy. That's the older version of saying the word lazy. Because if you're familiar with the animal, you know, if you're familiar with the sloth, man, the animal, you will notice that the sloth is a very slow animal. Like it's very, very slow. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like it's very lazy, you know? So this is why people are ultimately compared to sloths, man, because they're very slow. They don't want to get to work, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So let's read that again. A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone. It's like, you ever seen a nasty rock, man? Like you don't even want to see that shit. You know, Salak, excuse my French. And everyone will hiss him out to his disgrace, man. Nobody likes a lazy person, bro. Nobody likes a lazy person. Why is that? Because a lazy person, man, not only brings harm to themselves, but brings harm to others. If you're a Jake that played sports, you know, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You ever had a lazy teammate, man, who was joking around, you know what I'm saying, during practice, or, you know, not running hard, you know what I'm saying, basically acting lazy, you know what I'm saying, looking like a sloth on the court, field, or whatever sport you played in. That ultimately caused you guys to lose the game, or if you're in practice, it caused you the coach to punish you guys, whether it be running, you know, making you guys run, or etc. So notice that being lazy not only punishes yourself, but it also punishes others. If you ever notice, in verse 2, a slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. You know what dung is? Dung is shit. You're compared to like a sewer, man, filled with shit. You know? A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Every man that takes it up will shake his hand. You know what I'm saying? You know? So at the end of the day, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, being a slothful man, a lazy man, does not correlate to anything good. We just seen 2 verses back to back where it negatively compared a slothful man to something, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not worth it being lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's really not worth it, man. You know? You know, man? And now, let's go to the book of Proverbs. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 10, because also being lazy, man, you know what I'm saying, will cause you to be a poor man. You know what I'm saying? You see all these poor niggas and shit like that, niggas who are homeless and stuff like that. I would say 90% of the time, these people became lazy, which caused them to become homeless. A lot of the people we see that are homeless nowadays used to be wealthy, man, or they came from wealthy families, but they let their lust get to them. You know what I'm saying? These addictions get to them to the point that they're homeless now. You know what I'm saying? So if you're poor, man, you know, most of the time it's your fault that you're poor. It's not your parents' fault, oh, that you're poor and stuff like that. No, it's your fault. Because at the end of the day, you are the master of your own destiny. You know what I'm saying? Even the scriptures say, man, that if you're lazy, you're gonna become poor, man. And now let's get into that. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, starting at the 4th verse. Proverbs chapter 10 and 4, and it reads, "He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand." So a slack hand is basically someone who does things carelessly. You know what I'm saying? A lazy person, you know, slack. They're not really doing too much. They have the mentality, oh, it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? They never want to go above and beyond. They just want to stay comfortable. You know, just basically just being lazy, man. Being a couch potato. You know, a metaphoric couch potato. You know what I'm saying? You know those people who stay on the couch all day, they're lazy, they don't want to work out, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to wash the dishes, they don't want to clean their house, they don't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So it says, "He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand." So if you're lazy, man, you're gonna become poor. But the hand of the diligent maketh rich, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a man that's diligent, man, you know what I'm saying, you're constantly putting in work day in and day out, you're not lazy, you're gonna become rich. You think these billionaires, man, you know what I'm saying, just became rich out of nowhere? I mean, most of the time, I mean, some do come from good families, but at the end of the day, to like maintain the trend of your family making money, you have to do something too. If you're familiar with the Kardashians, obviously they come from rich families like Kim Kardashian and stuff, but Kim Kardashian ultimately created her own persona, which allowed her to make her own income and not rely on her family's income. You basically get what I'm saying, man? So at the end of the day, man, you know, if you're lazy, man, you will be poor. You will be poor, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Oh, I don't gotta work and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna go nowhere, man, with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? You will be poor if you're lazy. You will be poor. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see majority of black people, the reason why they're not financially stable is because they're in that poor mindset. They're in that lazy mindset. Jake don't want to work multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? Jake will rather smoke blunts. You know what I'm saying? Kick it. You know what I'm saying? With their wicked ass friends and family. instead of going to work an extra shift. You know what I'm saying? They're satisfied with minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jake don't want to evolve. You know what I'm saying? You know? Jake want to stay at home all day and play the game. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, go get yourself a job. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting your women disrespect you. Stop letting your parents disrespect you. Your mom disrespect you. Go get a job. Get up. You know what I'm saying? Even as a man that's coming into this truth, you don't just become lazy out of nowhere. Oh, I'm a potential elect. I don't have to do anything. No, you have to do work in everything. If anything, you have to work even harder in everything you do when you come into this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this truth is hard work. It is work. That's why they call it the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? To make ends meet out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a hustler. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be finding ways to make multiple sources of income. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to save your money. Do all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? In verse 5, and he that gathereth in the summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in the harvest is a son that causeth shame, man. So, like, this is a metaphor, man. Like, he that gathereth in the summer, salat, meaning that you're already, trying to, plant your crops, during the summer. So when the time comes for the food to, sprout, vegetables, the plants to sprout, then you'll be okay. So you don't want to do things last minute. So you always want to do things ahead. Make sure you get the stuff that is needed to be done first, man, before your own worldly lust. So you have to gather from the summer, man. Someone who does the work, you're supposed to do the work prior, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in school, you should study way before the test comes. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't study 2 hours before the test or stay up all night trying to learn the test. You had all this time. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of wise if you do the work ahead of time. Than to be one, that sleepeth. You know what I'm saying? That's being lazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you're lazy, man, you become a son. You become looked as a son that causes shame. A shameful son, man. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's not worth it to be lazy. Let's get another precept, man. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 6. Proverbs 6 and 6, and it reads, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So, the precepts say, man, go to the ant. Look at the ant, man. Look at the ant as an example. You sluggard, you lazy person, consider her ways and be wise. In verse 7, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, so an ant doesn't have any guides. An ant doesn't have a ruler. An ant doesn't have parents like every day that's saying, oh, you got to do this. Oh, I'm going to give you some money. You got a place to stay. Nah, ants don't got that luxury, man. You know what I'm saying? No ruler. But provideth, verse 8, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. So an ant, even though they don't have no guide, they don't have nobody leading them, giving them help, you know what I'm saying? Consistent help, that instant gratification. They still make sure they get food. They find any way to get food, man. You see an ant coming into your house, it's trying to find any way to get the food. Any way it can. It's constantly trying to be in go mode. You know what I'm saying? Trying to feed its family. You know what I'm saying? So you should be the same way, man. In verse 9, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. So you see, it says keep being lazy, man. And then thy poverty should come as one that travaileth, man. So basically, man, if you're lazy, you're gonna be poor. This is two examples already prove that if you're lazy, you will be poor, man. You know what I'm saying? Even for instance, man, like, you know, you can look at the left hand side. You got these drug dealers out here, man. People who scam. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of work to really do those things, man. You know what I'm saying? Being part of the cartel, that's all forms of hard work. You can't survive in the drug game, you know, you can't survive in the drug game without putting in hard work, man. You know what I'm saying? So these people on the left-hand side, people in gangs, you can't survive, man, being lazy, man. If you lazy, that's when you're going to lose profit. That's when you're going to get killed. So it's almost the same thing, man. Being lazy, man, doesn't do anything, bro. You know, being lazy, bro, everybody's going to disrespect you. No one's going to take you seriously. And you're not only going to bring demise to yourself, but to others, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not worth it, man. Being lazy. You know, and now let's go to the book of let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and 18. This book Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and 18, and it reads, "By much slothfulness the building decayeth," man. You know what I'm saying? So by much laziness the building decayeth. When something decays, that means it's slowly dying. So you gotta look at yourself, man, kind of as like a building. If you're not constantly making that house stable, you know what I'm saying, putting things under it, certain types of wood or stone, whatever, to keep your house down, you know what I'm saying, and stable, it's ultimately gonna slowly, you know, break. You know what I'm saying? So by being lazy, man, your house, your building, which is yourself, because your body is the temple, technically speaking, you know, by being lazy, your house is slowly breaking down. And through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through. You know what I'm saying? Idealness, man. Idealness. So you don't do nothing with your hands, bro. It's like, man, for example, it's like you're moving in, right? And you're trying to carry a couch through the door. If you're not really grasping that couch with all your strength and might, that shit's gonna fall.